So, I don't really know how to start this video. And this actually would have been smarter to make when I was not wearing makeup. I just put on makeup because I'm gonna stream in a little bit, but I should have done this when I wasn't wearing makeup because I'm probably gonna cry, but I'm gonna try my best not to cry because I just realized I put makeup on. Over the last, I don't know, since like March or April, a lot of people have been asking me on stream, on Twitter, in DMs, on Discord, private messages, whatever, everywhere essentially, asking about how school was going or is going. As some of you may know, if you're watching this video, you probably knew or know that I was in a program for school in the medical field, and it was for surgical technology to be doing surgery. I started in July last year in 2020, and the graduation was June 2021. Kai's gonna take a shit right now. Sorry, I was waiting for Kai to finish pooping and peeing. The program was a very intensive program, probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. At around January, the beginning of January or the beginning of February, we started clinicals. So clinicals, if you don't know what clinicals are, it's basically where you go to the hospital and that's where you apply all the skills that you learned in the classroom in real life situations. So I was doing real life surgeries on real life people, and engaging with real life surgeons and working with people who are currently working at the hospital. I was doing just about the same amount of work, if not more, than the employees that were working there, and I was not getting paid, obviously, because it's clinicals. Had to write and fill out all these forms like every single week and turning them into my teacher for a grade and stuff, and I had to do that every single week, and that was very hard and stressful. I decided a few weeks into clinicals that it was not for me, and it was a very hard decision to make, and I haven't really said anything about it. I don't want to cry. I haven't really said anything about it because I guess like fear of disappointment. I don't want people to feel disappointed in me because I went all that way to then just give up. It was extremely difficult to explain to my parents my decision after they had helped me pay for school. It was a $10,000 program, and I felt like very much like a disappointment because my parents helped me pay for that. Sorry, because I'm like trying not to cry. So it was very difficult to tell my parents, and after having to go through that, and it took me a long time to get over that, they were very upset, but I decided not to tell Stream. I don't want to cry. I decided not to tell Stream because I didn't want more people to be disappointed in me, because my parents weren't. I was already disappointed in myself. This is gonna be hard to edit. And it's taken me a long time to say anything because I just was fearing the backlash and the comments that would be made. So I was just kind of avoiding that for months. I dropped the program around March, and I just didn't say anything because I didn't want to be disappointing all of my friends that were like so happy for me and calling me a doctor and stuff. And I was like, it was really hard. I couldn't really handle the emotional anguish that it had. The week before I dropped, I experienced someone dying right in front of me. And I don't know if I could do that for the rest of my life. I already experienced my dog dying in front of me when I was younger, and that was really traumatizing. My grandpa shot himself when I was younger, and that was very traumatizing as well. So it wasn't like the person had like a medical complication during the surgery. He was an organ donor. And he was put on life support. So we basically, it was my first ever experience doing this. And my teacher asked if I was sure I wanted to do it. It was a great experience for me that I would never forget, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I want to do it. And yeah, I got to work with wonderful surgeons that were really sweet to me. I got to work with wonderful people and people that were in the class before me, and they taught me a lot. But seeing that, I remember finishing working at the hospital that day and driving home, sobbing my eyes out because I have never experienced that in my life. And I think I went like another week after that, and I was like, it wasn't for me. The amount of times I was yelled at, screamed at, treated like complete crap by the surgeons because I was lower than them. I had to hand them tools, maintain sterility, do a lot of the role inside of the OR operating room. And I was just treated like crap, especially because I was a student, and that wasn't going to get any better when I was employed, because I've asked the employees and they said it doesn't. Like, they're just going to treat you like crap because you're lower than them. I didn't think I could handle that. I wanted to feel like I was being treated as a person. And while I do love medicine, I didn't think it was worth it at all for all the anxiety and stress that it was giving me. Later on, my dad agreed with me, because it was making me to the point that I felt like I was suicidal, because I just didn't like it. It was not for me. It made me very depressed. And since then, I've just been doing other things. I've tried to get back into streaming, and then I had my whole PC issues that most people know about, and that was just like, it was just one thing tacking on to another. I started creating ASMR with my sister. While that doesn't make us any money, we were hoping to keep doing it so that we can eventually get to the point of monetization. So most of my income right now is streaming and OnlyFans, essentially. That's basically the gist. There's nothing much else more to say. I dropped out a long time ago, not a long time ago, it was about the middle of 2021, and I didn't tell anybody, and I just kind of kept quiet. I only told a few people that I like really trusted, besides my family. And TLDR, I just didn't want more people to be disappointed in me than my parents already were because of it, because I know that they were disappointed in me, and they still are, because my whole life, my mom actually wanted me to be a doctor. My grandpa even got me a stethoscope when I was younger because he knew I was going to be a doctor. So it was just a lot of pressure, and I didn't want to have to disappoint everybody else in my community. So that's it. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.